After doing the top 5 best comic book movies, now I'm going to do the top 5 worst comic book movies. So coming in at number 5 is
Bruce? What happened to you last night?
I had the most vivid dream. It was like being born, coming up for air, the light hitting my face, screaming. My heartbeat was like boom, boom. Betty, what's happening to me?
I don't know.
I don't understand this. You were exposed to a dose of gamma radiation that should be lethal. But you seem just fine.
Maybe there's something different in you.
How little you understand, Miss Ross. My son is unique. And because he is unique, the world will not tolerate his existence. My Bruce.
I think the rage is triggering the transformations.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
I think we passed far-fetched a long time ago.
We're dealing with a monster.
He's a human being.
I will isolate it and treat it myself, and I'll kill it before it does any real harm. But would you really destroy part of yourself? I don't think so. You found me.
You weren't that hard to find.
You know what scares me the most? When I can't fight it anymore. When I totally lose control. I like it. We're gonna have to watch that temper of yours.
To me, Eric Bana just didn't do a good job as Bruce Banner. I'm not saying Eric Bana is a bad actor, because he's not. What he did in Star Trek as Nero was phenomenal. He really pretty much stole the show with every scene that he's in. He just didn't come off as a scientist, that came up with this gamma radiation that basically turned him into the Hulk, sort of like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. He just didn't come off as what I'd imagine Bruce Banner would be. Now, Edward Norton took it in the right direction he was going in, but I've seen the Avengers now, and Mark Ruffalo is by far the best of the three. He is phenomenal. He gave a great performance. He was like a bumbling professor kind of character, and from what I gather, he fits what the comics were. So good job to him. And he did a great performance, and his character's likable. Now, the worst part, Eric Bana's performance is not the worst part. The worst part of this movie, the thing that really, really made this laughable, horrible, really, is the Hulk itself. The look is ridiculous. At no time did I think what I was seeing was real. It was so horribly done. It had no depth whatsoever. It looked flat. You know how it looked fake. The CGI was just way over the top. And it just was messed up. I don't know how to describe it, because the CGI just didn't work. In the Avengers, the Hulk actually has traits that look like Mark Ruffalo. It actually looked really good. And I think that was probably the best of the three. But This one just was ridiculous. It was atrocious, and it was unrealistic. At no time did I think it looked good. This is probably why the Fantastic Four movie, The Thing, was basically not CGI, because it didn't want it to look ridiculous like this movie. So, in sum it all, this movie sucks because pretty much the Hulk itself is basically what really turned me off, and no, there was no redemption to anything. But luckily, the second Hulk movie and the Avengers were way, way better. So there's always hope for another one.